Hey guys, Alex here. I wanted to do a walkthrough of my finished ghost traps. I had a couple of people ask me to do one final video. I even had one of my subscribers ask to purchase one of these. So we kind of talked about it and came to a price of $350 for this one. So I guess that is going to go away. But this one over here, this is my first one that I built, and then this is an item that I ended up doing afterwards and made some improvements on, so it just doesn't take as long to construct. But let me walk through both of these. So to do that, I'm going to open this one up, and then we'll turn it off. But inside here, I took this off just so that it would be easy to kind of show what was under here. But yeah, there are 8 AA batteries that this one runs off of. This actually snaps together. You need 2 hands to do it. And then it velcros to the bottom of the plate there. But this was a custom-made PCB that I put in there. And then that makes it a lot easier to solder the components on. So if we take a look at my original opened up, you can see that's a custom made board. I had to solder on all of the individual pieces. I tried to do some of this aluminum tape, and honestly it doesn't turn out quite exactly as good as I wanted it to. However, in this one, instead of the 8 AA batteries, I do have a 12 volt lithium ion battery, which is pretty nice. The charger for which hides under this plate, so anytime that it runs out of juice, instead of changing batteries, I just need to go ahead and charge it. The problem with that, though, is that when you actually pick up the trap, it is overweighted to one side, whereas with this one, since it's 8 AA's, not only if you are at a convention or something like that, you can just change them out very easily, but in addition to it, the weight is much more evenly distributed. So as you can tell, I have taken the time to paint one of them. I have yet to take the time to paint the other one, but I will do that someday. You can tell that there is a slight difference between the 2 pedals. This one I was able to, I found this on eBay for, I don't know, like $12, and I ended up liking that. I think it looks okay. It's certainly not an original trap, but until I get my 3D printer, it's good enough for me. And the best part about it is that since this is a, I believe it's a foot pedal for a, I don't know, some kind of sewing machine or something, but since it's not a 3D printed part, it's very sturdy. And this is actually a pedal for, I believe, an amplifier. So this is full metal. I mean, that's not going to bust. So what I did enjoy about that is that when you're out at a convention and you're just, letting people play around with these things, because, it's not like they're a Matty trap or anything, they can step on that as hard as they want, and they're not going to bust it. Or, if they step on this, ooh, I'm out $10. Okay, well, whatever. I did add a loom to this one. Pretty nice. And then I did add a custom component right there. This one can actually unscrew. This is just a coax cable that I've spliced in on this end to then go to the foot pedal. But that's actually a real pain in the butt to do. And it's mostly because of the way that this trap is built, that because there's a split down here, in order to get it to stay, you really got to glue the hell out of the stupid thing. So on this second one, I didn't do that. It is quite a bit of a task to try to complete that. So on my first trap, I really wanted to go all out and make it look as screen accurate as I could. And then on the second one, obviously I painted it, so it looks a lot nicer. But yeah, this one was more of a more of an econo build, I suppose, in terms of with the PCBs and the coating already done. Whereas the first trap took me, days to complete. This one only took me about 7 to 8 hours in terms of all the soldering, loading up the code, as well as just constructing the entire piece. There are still a lot of wires in here and a lot of motors and things like that you have to glue into the right positions. Most of it is, it takes like 2 hours to actually solder together the pieces, but it'll take another 5 to 6 hours to construct it into the trap. And that is everything from, gluing this down. So it's a little difficult to see, but on the inside here, there's a loose plate on this side. However, on the right side, you can actually go ahead and glue that in. And what it'll do is that when you open this trap, this handle is very secure to this half. So then when you screw everything together, it's a much more sturdy handle than originally comes with the Spirit Halloween Ghost Trap. So it's a nice addition. I ended up doing it on both of my traps. You can see a little bit of it there. I don't mind the look of that. Honestly, it adds so much sturdiness to this that it seems to be a good idea. I thought in the past about just replacing the handles outright because of how flimsy they are, especially with the batteries on it. It does add a little bit of weight to it. So, you can't just fling this around. You got to be a little careful with it, but, you got to kind of be a little careful with the Matty Trap as is. I've added some lines here to the front. I just think it looks nice. Obviously, there's still only 3 LEDs in that, but a few lines on the front makes it look a little cooler in my opinion. So, once again, trap operation on this one. And then after about 15 seconds, it'll close automatically. Cool. And then same on that one. This one I did put a bright single LED that I actually got from a flashlight, so that worked out pretty well. But same thing with this one. After a bit of time, that'll close automatically too. So if you guys have any questions, comments, emotional outbursts, leave them in the comments. And if you want me to make one of these for you too, let me know, and we can try to communicate, I guess. People seem to like them. So anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.